like that's going to be postponed a little bit here, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. We'll see, determining how the umpires want to play this here, but we'll have our first tournament playoff game here for the Satellites here pretty shortly against the 0-15 South Bend Career Academy, the Trailblazers, who have had a rough season to say the least. Yet to get a win this season. Played some really good teams. They played lacrosse earlier in the season, as well as Westville. Lost a couple to Argos. Played Oregon Davis. They're coming off their most competitive game against South Bend, Washington, where they lost 16-6, but they put up a season-high 6 runs in that game. As
good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Stall Central High School and the first round matchup of Sectional 50 between the guests on the scoreboard, the South Bend Academy,
as well as the PA announcer.
Let's meet the members of both teams. First for South Bend Career Academy, number 0, Brady Rice. Here's the starting lineup. Leading off, the second baseman, number 12, Alex Saunders. Batting second, the shortstop, number 7, Michael Dorscheller. Batting third, the center fielder, number 1, Jonathan Drew. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 54, Tristan Pugh. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 27, Reese Reitholtz. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 16, Byron Everly. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 17, Joey Butler. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 19, Zach Yoder. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 31, Blake DeVries. Trailblazers coached by Philip Beasley. And now let's meet Central Satellites. Number 2, Aaron Hogan. Number 5, Alan Moore. Number 9, Matt Knight. Number 10, Braden Grass. Number 18, Derek Welch. Number 19, Brad Farrell. Number 25, Lee Osborne. Number 34, Billy Bird. Number 29, Bill Hale. Leading off, the third baseman, number 12, Zach Anchar. Batting second, the second baseman, number 46, Gavin Gross. Batting third, the shortstop, number 3, Jacob Ullman. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 7, Bryce Glissick. He's hitting for the pitcher, number 13, Tyler Carr. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 8, Tommy Sullivan. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 32, Jackson Boss. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 4, Alex Newburn. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 16, Andrew Hagar. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 23, Brandon Young. Assisted by Dave Santana, Tony Farrell, Brian Wilson. At this time, to honor our country and our flag, we'll have the play of our national anthem.
A little too fast. Okay, Aiden. Are you still there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay.
Offensively for the Satellites, left fielder Jackson Ross, the center fielder Brandon Young.
Is the stream up yet for the game?
The stream is up for the game. No.
I don't-
This is the stream because it's a radio broadcast today. Okay. So I'll be doing play-by-play here. Carr, and you'll be doing the color commentary.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. So there, Aiden Carr is coming off of kind of a rocky, kind of John Glenn here to get the young sophomore kind of some experience here in a big game situation against South Bend Career Academy.
Yeah, he hasn't had much experience this year. Like I said, only 2 2/3 innings pitched this year. So this will be a good opportunity for him in a big game here for the Satellites against a struggling Trailblazers team who have not scored many runs this season. So he'll get some good, valuable experience here. Looks like Bradley Farrell and maybe Bryson Glissick's being the DH, but looks like Bradley Farrell's going to get the day off as Alex Newburn will be in right field. So we'll see how Carr does today here against a struggling Trailblazers team. Look for him to throw a lot of early strikes, kind of be in control early, attack that zone early on, try and dictate this game here against a really struggling Trailblazers team.
Yeah, struggling is an understatement here. Aiden, we got past the 5th inning this year.
Yeah, the Trailblazers have yet to win a game, but they're still hungry. This is a playoff game, so I always like to say anything can happen in baseball, and playoff baseball is even better. As looks like game here is starting here. Looks like Saunders is up, or sounds like Saunders is up.
Saunders is up here. Carr in the windup here. And that is ball 1.
So Saunders is a sophomore this year. He has 2 hits, has 1 triple, so good leadoff guy here for the Trailblazers.
And
very, very.
Carr starts off 2 balls, 0 strikes here. 2 Saunders, 1 the only really great. Starts 3-0 so far.
Yeah, Alex Saunders, another sophomore on this team. This is a very young Trailblazers team. Has a lot of growing to do, but they're going to be good in the coming years. Has a lot of freshmen on this team, only 2 seniors, so very young team. They have a lot of growing to do, but
that's an understatement. And that is a walk to lead us off here.
Saunders is on base here. Carr's first walk of the game.
And there is going to be an out at second. Runner at first, number 7 here for South Bend Career Academy.
So Michael Dorscheller looks like he was just retired there. It sounded like a little line out there to second, Josh. If just judging by the sound of the bat, sounded like it was a line out there, and that's Gavin Gross, the phenomenal second baseman for the Satellites.
Yeah, so your judgment would be spot on. There. 5-2. Could have been 2 very easily. Took a little bit of pause on that one.
Looks like we lost Josh here. Or maybe I got booted out. Nope. Looks like I'm the one on the stream. So I am not there at South Central. I'm at my house here in Virginia. So we'll wait here for Josh to get back on the stream. So my apologies if I may have got some things wrong. Not at the game, so just doing some audio here as we'll wait for Josh to join back. Having some technical difficulties. The weather is also not the best too, so you gotta factor that in as well. So we'll wait for Josh to join here in a second.
Two strikeouts here.
First baseman, number 27, Reese Reinhold.
Okay, Aiden, are you in?
Yep. So 2 outs here for the Trailblazers, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay, so 2 outs here at the top of the first.
Yep, 2 outs.
Runner still on first.
Yeah.
All right, so the Trailblazers have a man at first here.
Runners on first and second here.
Oh, runners on first and second. Okay. That ball sounded like it was ripped.
And the third out to Boss.
All right, so a fly out there to left field.
Trailblazers, no runs, 1 hit, no satellite errors, and 2 Trailblazers left on base. Scored 10.5 innings, South End First having 0, and the satellites coming on the plate.
And our scoreboard is sponsored by Ron Peggy. For Sheriff Aiden, special thanks to him for the sponsor today with this auto broadcast here on Regan's Corner Sports Network.
Yep, we're just doing audio today, so no video. So just the audio broadcast as Josh is going to be doing the play-by-play. I'll be giving some stats and some other baseball facts here for the Satellites, as it looks like Satellites are going to be due up to bat here this bottom of the first. Who's leading off here for the Satellites? Josh, is it Zach Conchar?
Hanshire Hanchard leading off here.
So Zach will be leading off here.
First for the Satellites, the third baseman, number 12, Zach Hanchard.
Playing third base here for the Satellites. He's been having a great sophomore year. Pitching, hitting, and stealing bases. Does a little bit of everything. He's coming in this game with a .286 average, 13 ribbies. He's got 2 home runs, which leads the Satellites, and 22 hits. Also has 18 stolen bases, second on the team to Brandon Young, Mr. Speedy Gonzalez, who has 20. He's playing in center field today.
Absolutely. Yes, Hanchard has been lights out power-wise and just getting on base. It's count 1-1 so far after he dodged and avoid getting hit by the pitch.
So, yeah, you're right. Josh has a .409 on-base percentage this season for Zach. Doing a really good job at waiting for his pitch and not swinging at pitches outside the zone. Takes his walks because he knows that he's just as dangerous if he gets on. So we'll see how he does here. 1-1 on him.
And good. And 2 strikes after the swing and miss there.
So 2 strikes here on Zach. Let's see how he does. 2 strikes on him. Got to protect here. I believe the count is 1-2.
And
sounded like it was.
What was it?
Did he strike out there, Josh?
What was it in left field there? It was a base hit for Zach.
Second baseman, number 46, Gavin Gross.
Next up, Gavin Gross comes in after the base hit from Hanchard.
So Zach's
number
off
54
of first.
Goes back into the stretch for South Bend Career Academy.
Gavin Gross.
And here it begins. Aiden, did you know that they have a team ERA of 25?
Yeah, if you look at.
There is a pass ball after the stolen base. Hanchard on third. So it begins.
So Zach will technically get his 19th stolen base of the season. He'll advance to third off that pass ball. Still no outs here in the bottom of the first. Satellites tied here at 0 all. There's Gavin Gross, who's having a phenomenal season at the plate and in the field. 281 average, 18 hits, 18 ribbies, 4 doubles, 347 on base percentage. Seen him make a couple Gold Glove plays there out at second base. He's turned a couple nice double plays with Jacob Bowman and Bradley Farrell. So let's see what he can do here at the plate with a runner in scoring position. Still nobody out here.
Absolutely. And a pass ball. That's going to be his first Satellite run there, Aiden. First Satellite run here.
So Trailblazers with a couple of mistakes there behind home plate. Catcher for the Trailblazers, couple pass balls this inning. So the Satellites are going to take a 1-0 lead here. Gavin Gross still up at the plate. I believe the count is 2-0. As that ball sounds like it was ripped.
The count, it was 1-1, and it was a accurate between 2 defenders because there was no communication out in the outfield.
All right, so Gavin Gross now on base here with nobody out.
Batting third, shortstop, number 3, Jacob Ullman.
Ullman comes up after the base hit. And Ullman gets a base hit here. Runners on first and second. Probably could have sent him.
All right, so Jacob Ullman being very aggressive early in the counts. Gets a first pitch base hit. Is now the Satellites are up 1-0 here with a man on first and second. As now the very dangerous Bryson Glissick is up to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Still nobody out.
Still nobody out. Big Country coming up with second and first here on the board here. And it is going fair. The wind took it. Now it is a Bonds-like level. Bases are loaded.
So another aggressive approach here by the Satellites. It sounded like Bryson Glissick swung on the first pitch there. Is now Satellites have bases loaded here with nobody out, and Tommy Sullivan, who hit a big home run in the championship game against Boone Grove. 5 RBIs that day. He'll be due up here, or 3 RBIs. It sounds like you ripped that one, Josh.
Yep, and there's going to be 2 more on the board. There's going to be most likely 3 more on the board.
All right, so the Satellites take an early 4-0 lead here. Sound like Tommy Sullivan either got a double or possibly a triple there.
Tommy got a triple on a pop-up, ladies and gentlemen. Now they are taking time to discuss what they're going to do next.
So a tough start here by South Bend Career Academy. Still nobody out, right, Josh? Nobody out here. Bottom of the first.
Nobody out.
The left fielder, number 32, Jackson Boss.
And you got Jackson Boss, one of the most dangerous hitters in the PCC, up with a runner in scoring position here, with 3 already in the first.
So Jackson Boss, one of my favorite hitters on the Satellites, coming in with a 344 average, 420 on base percentage, 442 slugging, has 21 hits this year alongside 9 RBIs. One of my favorite things about Jackson is his contact ability, can put the ball in play just about anywhere on the field. So pitcher for the Trailblazers will have to keep that in mind as Tommy Sullivan is off of third here.
Yeah. Count 2 balls to 0 strikes so far. No out. Make that 3 balls now.
So it looks like the Trailblazers having a tough time finding the strike zone here against Tommy. But Tommy's a very dangerous hitter, very, very good fielder as well, 991 fielding percentage. Talking about him getting that big home run against Boone Grove.
It's still Jackson Boss. And Boss walks.
So Satellites have a man on first and third.
Number 4, Alex Newburn.
Nobody out with Alex Newburn coming up, who has made a lot of clutch hits this season for the Satellites. He's played in 15 games for him, 292 on base percentage.
Aiden, there was a walking stolen base by Jackson Boss on that one. Runners on second and third so far.
So probably a smart play there by the catcher to not throw it to second because Tommy Sullivan would have scored from third. But now the double play is out of effect here for the Trailblazers as they are still searching for their first out of the inning.
Absolutely. 2 balls, 0 strikes, 3 runs in. Runners on first, my bad. Runners on second and third here. Sullivan and Boss. While Newburn swings in a first.
Sounds like Alex Newburn took a big hack there, but still has 2 balls, only 1 strike here.
It was a monster hack. He was trying to go for the cornfields on that one. And Alex doesn't know the 4D is a dodgeball. Dip, dodge, and dodge. But it is a bases loaded with Wazar coming up. The brick wall.
Yeah, the brick wall, we like to call him here at Regan's corner. 991 fielding percentage. He's got 3 doubles this year, 348 on base percentage, and 5 RBIs. Good opportunity to increase that number here with the bases loaded. Still nobody out here.
Yeah, it's a good way to get any hitter on track facing a team that's been subpar the whole year. It's South Bend Career Academy. But it's kind of to get Andrew Wazar a little bit back on track because he had a nice little junior year last year. And that ball is going and not caught. A couple runs will be scored. And that's going to be another triple. It is now 6-0.
So a couple triples this inning for the Satellites. Tommy Sullivan was able to get a big triple. Now Andrew Wazar gets a big triple. 3 runs are going to score, so his RBI total will go to 8.
Number 23, Brandon Young.
0 outs here. 7-0.
So 7-0 Satellites with Brandon Young coming up. Speedy Gonzalez, Brandon Young. As Andrew Wazar is off of third here, he leads the team. Brandon Young does with 20 stolen bases. 340 on base percentage, has 1 triple, 11 hits this year, and has a 988 fielding percentage. Very valuable fielder, hitter, and base runner for the Satellites.
Two balls here. 54 is struggling a little bit here, but it's a little bit of improvement here, Aiden. It's a little bit of improvement so far.
Still searching for their first out of the inning. Satellites are going to go through their first 9 batters here after Brandon Young's at bat, and Zach Honchar, who was able to get a single his last at bat, he'll be due up again. He's already on deck.
Count is 3-1 so far here. Runner on third. Already 7-0 so far in the first inning.
So 3-1 here to Brandon Young, as that ball sounds like it was possibly put in play.
And that will be a double.
So Brandon Young with a double. Andrew Wazar is going to score from third as the score goes to 8-0. Still nobody out here in this bottom of the first as we head back to the top of the lineup with Zach Honchar. Honchar.
Currently up here. Great sophomore campaign so far. Talk about a little bit about the sophomore so far, even though and there's another base hit. Runners on first and third.
So runners on first and third here for the Satellites. Have to imagine that Zach Hanchar is going to steal second here. I doubt the Trailblazers will throw to second as Brandon Young is on third. They don't want him to score. Still searching for their first out here. It was Gavin Gross who had a nice single his last at bat. He'll be due up here.
Bat here. Good RBI chance, as you can see it. One ball. Okay, Aiden, you still there?
Yep. What's the count looking like?
Okay. 3 balls, 0 strikes here. Galvin, can you still hear me? Aiden, can you still hear me?
Yep. I can still hear you. So 3 balls here to Gavin Gross as Trailblazers have had a
And now
really tough. Bases loaded, Josh.
Bases are juiced currently.
Shortstop, Jacob Ullman.
With Jacob Ullman coming up here after the bases are again juiced. Okay. They're a Bonds-like level again.
Jacob Bowman coming up here. Satellites already up 8-0 here in this bottom of the first. Still nobody out. Bases loaded for Jacob Oman. Also had a great season this year. Had a big game against Boone Grove. Hit the walk-off hit that allowed Tommy Sullivan to score. It sounds like you ripped that one.
It was an absolute rip. Just a bit foul on that one, though. Just a little bit. Or that would have been trouble again for the Trailblazers.
Trailblazers still searching for their first out here. We've had a very long bottom of the first here. Looks like it's going to be one of those games here for the Trailblazers. Jacob Oman, like we talked about, big walk-off hit, nice redemption game for him. So let's see what he can do here with the bases loaded.
Absolutely. Just a little bit outside on that one. Curve just didn't miss the stone.
So yeah, with the schedule looking like, it looks like Argos and Lacrosse are playing right now. Is that one sounds like it's ripped?
Nothing so far, Aiden. After the RBI single from Jacob Ullman, a pitching change on her horizons.
So it looks like Jacob Oman still at the plate. Josh, did he get a single? What happened?
Jacob Ullman got a 2-run single on the play. Can you hear me okay, Aiden?
Yep. So it sounds like the Satellites are up 10-0, correct? Still nobody out.
They are 10-0. Nobody out here. And there is a pitching change.
So tough start for the Trailblazers pitcher as he's unable to get an out here at the bottom of the first, giving up 10 runs. Is the 10-run rule still apply here, Josh? After the 5th, does it carry over to the playoffs? Do you know if that
Yes.
is still a?
Yes. It sure does. It sure
All
does.
right. So Satellites
Does
is
the 10 rule apply? Okay, thank God. The 10-run rule does apply in this game. Or South Bend Career Academy coming in. Looking like he's throwing laser beams out there.
South Bend's bringing in a new pitcher here. Let's see if he can give them a little hope by at least getting an out.
Absolutely.
54-15. Now pitching number 7, Michael Dorscheller.
So Michael Dorscheller is going to be doing the pitch in this inning here. This will be his 8th appearance of the year. Not going to say his ERA.
Absolutely.
Looks like he has 21 strikeouts here through 13 2/3 innings pitched. Has given up 1 home run, 37 walks, and 44 hits. As the trailblazing pitching has struggled mightily this season.
Absolutely. And with runners on first and second, you got Big Country Bryson Glissick coming up here.
So Bryson Glissick had a nice single his last time up. Leads the Satellites in doubles with 9. 27 RBIs alongside 28 hits. Has a .533 slugging percentage. Second on the team to Bradley Farrell, who will be attending University of Kentucky.
And there was a balk there, Aiden.
Wow, a
So
balk.
runners
You do not see that. You do not see that very often. So
you don't see that too often.
Both runners are going to advance here.
You also don't see the eat this pitch too often there. And Glissick just absolutely swings right through it. 2 strikes, 0 balls, 0 outs so far. And 1 ball so far after just a little bit inside.
So 2-1 here to
Bryson
Glissick as Trailblazers look for
there. It don't matter how the speed is, as long as you get that batter out. Strikeout.
So there's the first out of the inning for the Trailblazers. They needed that badly, as now Tommy Sullivan's going to be due up here.
11-0 after the overthrow by number 7.
So 11-0 here for the Satellites.
I really don't want to butcher his name.
As there's only 1 out here, and that ball sounds like it was corked.
And there is 2 outs, a sac fly from.
So a sac fly there by Tommy Sullivan to increase the lead here to 12-0 as he gets his 3rd RBI of the day, or I apologize, 4th RBI of the day.
And Billy Bird steps in as pitch hitting dude here.
So it looks like Billy Bird's going to Looks like Billy Bird's going
And-
to come pitch hit for Jackson Boss.
Absolutely. And it was a skip my do here. The curveball just get off of me on the strike zone. Skips a little bit, and for ball 1 here. Ball 2, he throws it a little bit high, just a little bit.
Let's see what Billy Bird could do here.
Billy Bird knows
This'll
the
be-
3 D's of dodgeball. Dip, dodge, and dodge. Aiden, ball 3.
So this will be Billy's 3rd plate appearance of the season. Has yet to get a hit this season, so good opportunity to change that.
And
Has
there
walked a couple
is-
times.
Speaking of that, Aiden, he walked this way for another walk.
Alex Newburn.
So Billy Bird gets a walk. His OBP is at 500. That's going to bump up after today. So Alex Newburn's due up.
Newburn swings and misses, tries going chasing, going fishing, but does not get an award for it.
Alex Newburn's had a couple clutch hits here for the Satellites this season, has 9 big RBIs, 19 plate appearances, or 19 at-bats.
Count 1-1 with 2 strikes here. And swings and a miss.
Was that another pass ball there, Josh? Sounded like that ball hit the fence, or maybe it was fouled off.
It was another pass ball, but Alex went fishing.
We'll see how Alex can do with 2 strikes on him.
It is 2-2 currently the count. I'm a little bit slow with the scoreboard in a second here.
So 2-2 here to Alex Newburn. The Satellites are up 12-0 here in the bottom of the first. 2 outs.
And
Satellite squad, 9 hits and trail
Sounds like Alex Newburn was the last out there in the bottom of the first as the Satellites take a commanding 12-0 lead here going into the top of the first. That bottom of the first inning lasted about 22 minutes, so a very long inning for the Satellites as they were just going batter through batter. As they already have 9 hits here.
absolutely.
Tyler Carr is going to come out here and pitch this top of the second. Not sure how manager for the Satellites, Zach Coulter, is going to handle this game. Looks like there's a
Off first, with Trailblazers in the top of the second, the third baseman, number 16, Byron Everly.
so Byron Eberle, one of the 2 seniors on this team. He's got 2 RBIs this season. Second on the
Yes.
team.
He's had a very good season here. One of the only one of the few bright spots of this Trailblazers team here. 1-1 here, Aiden.
So 1-1 here to Eberly. Has a 286 on base percentage as well. Has a pretty good eye. But yep, you're right, Josh. One of the few bright spots here for the Trailblazers is today could be his last game as a Trailblazer. I'm sure he would not want it to end today, but a tough start here is his team is already down 12-0 after the first. This looks like we're having some technical difficulties. You still there, Josh? All right, so it looks like we lost Josh here, but I'm sure he'll get back with us shortly here as kicked him off. So sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not at the game, so I can't really tell you what's going on, but Josh will be here with us shortly. Eberly is still, I believe he's still due up. Could be out, could be on base, not really sure, but he was the last one to my knowledge that was still at the plate. Looks like Josh is back here.
Yes, I am back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. And by the way, there was a strikeout on that one. He is gone. 1 out.
So Tyler Carr gets his first strikeout of the season. Congratulations to Tyler. That's a pretty big milestone there for his young career. It's got to give him a lot of confidence here going forward and with his Satellites career. But a good first strikeout here for Tyler Carr. Is now there's 1 out here in the top of the second. I apologize. Top of the second. That was a very long first inning. So that ball sounds like it was fouled off potentially.
From state championship events by following the IHSA 1. That's at IHSAA-1.
So is the inning's already over, Josh? Is that the end of the top of the second?
The inning, top of the second here. Actually, the bottom of the second here. Derek Welsh now in the bullpen here for the Satellites, trying to give Welsh a little bit of a shine here in this tournament game and give him a little bit more experience pitching-wise. Well, Aaron Hogan makes a little bit of a sighting here. Leading off. Is Aaron Hogan leading off?
Ward for Gross. Grass for Hanchar. Hale for Omen. Osborne for Sullivan. Knight for Wazar. Hogan for Young. Welsh for Carr.
So sounds like the Satellites are making a colossal change there defensively. Looks like they're bringing in a whole new load of reinforcements here.
Absolutely, it sounds like it.
Sounded like Matt Knight is going to be the new catcher. I believe Hogan will be in center field. Billy Bird took over for Jackson Bawes back in the first. He'll be playing left field now. So it sounds like the whole starting lineup for the Satellites have been taken out. Looks like their day will be over. I believe is maybe Tommy Sullivan, the first baseman, is still at first here. He may be the only one that remained in the starting lineup back when the game began. He may still be out there.
He may still be out there. Matt Knight coming in after a 12 inning.
Another really good senior on this team, Matt Knight.
Yeah, the catcher, Mr. Hot Rod, Matt Knight, starts it off with a ball just missing the inside corner here from number 7.
Matt Knight going to lead off here this bottom of the second. Satellites exploded for 12 runs back in the first inning. They were able to go through their first 9 batters without even receiving their first out. So let's see if they can do some more of that here in the bottom of the second. That ball sounds like it was hit.
It was hit, but the first baseman made one heck of a play on that one. And the ball just happened to get in his glove on that one for the first out.
All right, so good start here for the Trailblazers as they get their first out of the inning.
This is Aaron Hogan's first at bat of the year, Aiden. I'm kind of sad that you didn't get to watch Mr. Aaron Hogan with this, because most likely.
Yeah, I was trying to find Hogan's stats here, but yep, this will be his first at bat. Another sophomore here for the Satellites, standing at 5'9". It's the only kind of see if I can find some other information about him, but he's 5'9", sophomore. They have him listed in the outfield. I believe he's taking over for Brandon Young, so good to see him get some playing time here. As may have lost Josh again here. Having some connection issues here early on, but just stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. Our play-by-play analyst will be back here with us shortly. As it looks like he's booted off again here, so just stay patient with us as we'll get this game back up here shortly. So after today, if the Satellites do hold on to this lead, they will advance to play the winner of Argos versus Lacrosse. That game also taking place today, scheduled for 5 o'clock. The winner of this game will take on the winner of that game. My prediction is I think Lacrosse is going to win that game. I think we're going to have another matchup between South Central and Lacrosse. I think it's going to be a very competitive game tomorrow. Game is scheduled for 3 o'clock. Sounds like there's 2 outs there, Josh, in the bottom of the second.
That should be a marquee matchup there, Aiden. By the way, a pass ball was Hogan. One heck of a try to stop, but there's going to be another run.
So Satellites just adding on to that lead, 13-0 here. Are there 2 outs in the bottom of the second, Josh? Is that correct? 2 outs?
There's 2 outs there. There's an improvement here from the Trailblazers here, only giving up 1 run so far.
Looks like the Trailblazers limited the damage, only giving up 1 run. Is Dylan Hale up to bat now, Josh?
Dylan Hale, yes. Yes, Dylan Hale. Quick 1-1 count here. Swinging at what I like to call a changeup. Kind of. Maybe an ethos pitch.
As Dylan Hale, the only junior here for the Satellites.
2 balls. Three balls, 1 strike, and Ward just walks into second after the pass ball.
So Satellites have a man in scoring position, 2 outs here, the bottom of the second. They have a pretty comfortable lead here at 13-0. Looks like Zach Coulter's seen enough, bringing in the reinforcements here. He's completely rearranged the starting lineup. As he also has taken out Tyler Carr, who had 1 strikeout through 2 innings. Didn't give up a run.
Bryson Glissick comes into the batter's box. He looked like he was wondering where his walk-up song was there. Runners on first and second.
Big country coming up here. Surprised he's still in the game. Would have thought Zach Coulter would have taken him out, but I think he's doing the DHing today, so he doesn't have to play the field here. But, you know, with a comfortable lead like 13-0, that's the ball sounded like it was absolutely crushed.
And it was
sounded like that was a double.
Stand-up double there, even though it just went over the second baseman's head. It was an E4, as you ever see one. Misread as you can.
Error there by the second baseman allows another run here to score for the Satellites. As they're going to go up 14-0 here. Bryson Glissick off second, 2 outs here.
Check that, hurry. Check that. That is now 15-0.
So the Satellites with a big lead here. As it's only the bottom of the second. They're up 15-0, 2 outs here.
Billy Bird coming up.
Now that is Billy Bird.
Billy Bird's due up here for his second time up. He walked his last plate appearance.
Good thing I had a strike up there because I didn't leave it off the last time. Just a little bit over and okay. So, Crawford, the pinch runner, Billy Bird.
So 16-0 here for the Satellites as the floodgates have officially opened.
The floodgates are happy to be open. Here, buddy. Aiden, that was one heck of a rip by Billy Bird on that one. Just happened to be foul. 2-1 is the count here.
So 2 balls and 1 strike here to Billy Bird. There's a man on. Is a man on third or second, Josh? Where's the runner at?
The man is on first and third with 2 outs.
So men on first and third, 2 outs here. The Satellites having another big inning here.
For his credit so far, number 7 has done a better job of keeping it together somewhat.
Zach Coulter's still keeping his foot on the gas pedal here. Up 16 runs in the bottom of the second. Have to imagine that Bryson Glissick will be taken out after that last at bat. Looks like they want to rest all their starters for tomorrow because looks like this game is. Never want to say a game is over, but you can tell that I'm not even at the game right now, and it sounds like there's a little bit of a skills gap here. So Satellites taking out the bulk of their starters here as they're up 16-0 here in the bottom of the second.
Got him. Okay.
All right, so that inning is now over as we're going to head to the top of the third. Nice to hear some of the Trailblazers fans out there supporting their team. As it's a very young team, you know. Got to keep their heads up going into next season. They've kind of a forgetful season this year, but hey, the young team like this, there's a lot of learning experiences, a lot of growing. So today is just another one of those days for them as they're going to head to the top of the third here, see if they can score their first run of the ball game.
Absolutely. And here comes the hard-throwing Derek Walsh.
Yep, so here comes Derek Walsh, the 6-foot sophomore, plays pitcher and first base. He will be due up here to pitch this top of the third, as this will be his first pitching performance, first appearance of the season. So Josh, you have front row tickets to see Walsh's first pitch of his Satellite career here. Let's see how he does.
Actually, Aiden, he pitched quite a bit last year. A couple starts. This is probably his third or fourth start on the varsity level here with Derek Walsh. So I've seen him before. He has kind of fastball about in the late 70s. About 78 to 81 occasionally, and a nice little changeup to kind of change it all up here. He's more of a kind of locator kind of pitcher.
All right, so there's a little scouting here for Walsh. Hopefully none of the Trailblazers fans were listening, that they can relay over that to their hitters. As there's the scouting report, got a nice changeup, pretty nice fastball too. But with a lead like this, he's got to feel very comfortable and hopefully composed. So let's see what he can do here. Let's see what he can do here against these Trailblazers hitters. As it looks like it's 0-2 here already, so good start here for Walsh.
Just a little bit inside in the last pitch there. Apparently 31 has the dodgeball playbook. Dip, dodge, and dodge. and voids it. And a kung fu swing there. Excuse me, as some people kind of say. It is a 2-1 here. 16-0. Just a little bit low on that one. 2-2.
2-2 here. Nobody out here in this top of the third. Satellites have a commanding 16-0 lead.
And he gone.
There's the second strikeout of the game for the Satellite pitchers. The first of the season here for Walsh as he gets his first strikeout of the season against the Trailblazers. Now there's one out here.
One ball so far. 2 balls.
The Trailblazers are coming off a game where they were able to score 6 runs, one of their highest totals of the season, but have had a tough time doing so today against the Satellites.
But he's having a good play appearance here so far. Number 12. So far, because it's 3-1 the count there, Aiden. Nice little hitter's count here. A little change up in the action for once. Which that will be leading off for a walk. Right on base here.
So the Trailblazers are able to get their first base run of the inning here. They have a man off first here. Sounds like that one was a ball.
It was. It was. It was a fast, hard, just inside ball. And that one was a strike.
One and one here. One out. See if the Satellites can turn 2 here. That ball sounds like it's a hit.
And Knight. It is a ground out to Knight.
Ground out to Knight.
Aiden.
You make the throw there to first there.
Yeah, he made the throw. Matt Knight said night to the base runner.
So now 2 outs here. Is there a runner in scoring position for the Trailblazers, Josh?
There is. There, Aiden. There is a runner on second. Count 1 strike, 0 balls.
0-1 here.
2 strikes.
0-2 here. So good job by Walsh to get him in a pitcher's count here. He's kind of in his own wheelhouse. So let's see if he goes to that changeup that you were talking about, Josh.
Absolutely. The breaking ball. Trying to get him fishing.
Sounds like it's 2-2 now.
It is 2-2, buddy. You're exactly on point here.
2-2 here from Walsh. Let's see if he can get his.
He gone.
So Walsh gets his second strikeout of the inning, the third for the Satellites pitchers in total. As they are unable to get a hit there, as we're going to head to the bottom of the third. Satellites have a commanding lead here. Let's see if they keep their foot on the gas pedal or if Zach Coulter decides to ride it out here. Obviously, the winner of this game will play tomorrow, so want to keep their guys well rested. So we're going to head here to the bottom of the third.
And I could say one thing for the Trailblazers. They know how to have a good time. We put on tequila, and their catcher was jiving a little bit.
So that's good to see that the Trailblazers still have a little positive energy going. At the end of the day, you know, this is a chance to grow and get better. So that should be their mindset here for the rest of the game, as this game looks like it's a little bit out of reach here, especially with the 5-run mercy rule. Maybe that rule should be changed here for games like this, but that's a decision for whoever makes those decisions, as the Satellites are now going to be due up here in the bottom of the third.
Just a little bit outside there for 1-1.
So it sounds like Aaron Hogan's up, right? Is that correct, Josh?
It is Matt Knight.
Matt Knight. Okay, Matt Knight steps up to the plate.
He lays down a great bunt here, and there's an out. Pitcher, nice little throw there to first base.
He laid down a bunt, you said?
He laid down a bunt.
Very interesting strategy by the Satellites. Not sure why they're bunting here up this big, but you know, can't question the manager's strategy here, as there's the first out of the inning.
This bunt for a hit. Aaron Hogan up to play here again for his second at bat. 2-0 so far.
Now Hogan is due up here.
It is now 3-0. And Aaron Hogan walks.
Sounds like that was a 4-pitch walk to Aaron Hogan.
It was an absolute 4-pitch walk to Aaron Hogan. Now, here comes the speedster on first base. And Brandon Grass, pitch hitting. He knows 4 Ds of dodgeball: dip, dodge, and dodge. For ball 1.
You said Braden Grass is due up here, Josh?
Yep. Brandon Grass.
Right. So obviously the phenomenal pitcher here for the Satellites. Have to imagine he's either pitching tomorrow or potentially in the championship game. We'll see what Zach Coulter decides, but Braden Grass, this will be his, I believe it's his. All right, so this will be his second or third plate appearance of the season. He does have 2 RBIs, so making good work of only a few at-bats there. He has 2 RBIs this season for the Satellites. No hits, but 2 RBIs, so maybe a couple sac flies or sacrifice bunts. As he also has a 500 on-base percentage.
Yes, Aiden. A quick 3-1 count here. The one strike was a casual, almost double, just off the line. And there goes Brandon Grass.
So Braden Grass is going to take a walk there. So Satellites have a man on first and second. Still only one out here.
You got the Flash on second, and then you got the Rooster on first, and Brandon Grass and Aaron Hogan respectively. And that's going to pop, and that's going to be a Texas bloop single. Actually, that would be a Kansas bloop single. And that's going to be an air to get another run home here.
So another error by the Trailblazers. Believe that's their fourth or fifth error of the game. Had a couple pass balls here. So a rough game defensively. Rough game all around here for the Trailblazers.
Improvement, though, for the Trailblazers, if you really think about it. The caliber of South Central, earlier in the year, they were losing by 30. It could get that ugly right now, but number 7 is somewhat controlling the pace.
It's now 17-0 here for the Satellites in the bottom of the third. Very, very big lead here.
Just foul to Hale on that one. Grass on third. Count 2-0 here. 2 strikes, 0 balls, and 1 out. And there's a CU later base hit. That is now 18-0.
Sounds like Walsh is going to be doing the DH now.
Welsh is definitely doing the DHA now.
So Bryson Glissick's day is over. Give him a good amount of rest.
The big tomorrow against lacrosse. And a casual over the head for a double. And that's going to score another one with the casual throw in by the Trailblazers.
Catcher Luke Osborne.
Osborne comes in to play after the Should I call that an error? That's a
So only 1 out here, still the bottom of the third. Satellites in total control of this game.
total control. Great bunt by Osborne on that one. And everyone's safe, even though they tried throwing the third. Billy Bird coming up. Runners on the corners. with 1 out. And
Not sure here why the Satellites are bunting here up this lead, up this big. You would think they would be letting them swing away, but I'm not the manager of the Satellites, so looks like Billy Bird's coming
Aiden,
up here.
Aiden, I don't know what you can do, man. He's got his 4 things in there. Runners on the corners here. And the ball is carrying, and misread. And there's a double for Billy Bird. Bird in scoring position, second and third here.
Looks like the Satellites are either up 20 or 21 here.
Great bunt by Alex Newburn there. Just a little bit foul. Even though the Trailblazers tried doing everything in power to make that ball fair. Just a bit outside. Count 1-1. Two strikes. Please catch it. Oh boy. Nothing. The miscue in the outfield.
Now there's 2 outs here. The bottom of the third, Satellites are up 21-0. Trying to see if I can find the score of the Lacrosse Argos game because this game is pretty much all but over. Let's see who.
Absolutely. It is Vince over. 22.
All the for Sally, 6 runs on 4 hits.
Oh boy. Aiden, what was your prediction before the game here? Did it meet up to the prediction so far?
Well, you and I texted earlier today, Josh, and we kind of talked about how this game had the potential to be a blowout. I didn't think it would be this bad, but you'd like to see the Trailblazers score a couple runs here, but just a tough day overall. My prediction kind of is going soup, but The Satellites have a big lead here. I'm sure that they're going to take their foot off the gas pedal as we head to this bottom of the fourth. This will hopefully be their last time up to bat here, but the Trailblazers will have 2 more attempts, but not sure how many more insurance run the Satellites want, but we will see here shortly as we're going to head to the top of the fourth. Still trying to find the score to the Argos lacrosse game.
So Argus and Cross played a few days ago, and lacrosse won. So they'll play against the Tigers tomorrow, and they'll be broadcast on our website as a radio broadcast. And there's one out already.
So 1 out here in the top of the fourth as the schedule for the tournament has not been updated. So it sounds like it's going to be South Central versus the Tigers tomorrow. That game scheduled for 3 p.m.
Yep, round 3 here on Regan's Corner Sports Network. First 2 going to the Satellites. I'm just looking at the trees at this moment, being a 22-point game here. Aiden, I think my prediction. My prediction when we texted was 32-2.
So still has the potential to be that. I thought it was going to be about a 15-16 score ball game. I thought that the Satellites would feel comfortable, but hey, they're going to score as many runs as they want. But yep, the Tigers and the Satellites have met a couple times this year. Both times the Satellites coming out on top. First time they met was back on April 20th with the Satellites winning 7-2. Most recent was on May 16th with the Satellites winning 10-4. That game was a little bit closer than the score indicated. But those teams will be in battle tomorrow as Triton versus Oregon Davis. That game will also be tomorrow at 12 p.m. So 2 games tomorrow, the semifinal. We'll see who's going to go to the championship game, as this game is all but pretty much over here.
Yes, and we'll have Todd Snyder back in the booth tomorrow. So it is 2 strikes here to 16 from South Bend Career Academy.
So will the broadcast tomorrow, Josh, be audio, or will it have the camera view?
The whole state tournament will be audio.
Okay, so we will be audio broadcasting tomorrow at 3 p.m. Do we know the location
and
yet,
by the
Josh?
Way, it will be here in good old Union Mills, Indiana, at Satellite Park. And Welsh just had a strikeout before, and now the count moves to 1-1 against.
So 3 strikeouts today for Walsh. That's the 4th strikeout of the game for the Satellites pitching. Walsh has 3 Ks today. Took over for Tyler Carr, who had 1 through 2 really nice innings for the Satellites, but the Trailblazers have yet to get a run across here as the count moves to 2-2.
Yeah. 2-2. And he is gone once again. Number 17 with a strikeout on that one with another Welsh K.
So we're going to head to the bottom of the 4th here. Satellites up 22-0. We'll see their strategy here if they just try to Not sure what their strategy will be here, but this will be probably the last time that they bat here with the Trailblazers due up in the top of the fifth. Can't imagine that they will score 12 runs in that inning, but you never know with baseball. Actually, they need 13 technically, so unless the Satellites score a couple more runs in this inning. But we'll head to the bottom of the fourth here. The Satellites in big control.
Yeah, so there's a pitching change. Number one, there, Aiden, coming into the ball game.
Looks like
For
another
South
pitching
Bend Career
change
Academy.
here for the Trailblazers. You said number one,
Yes.
Josh?
Number one, looking like he throws in the high 60s with the fastball. It looks. Drew looks like he's kind of those locator.
So you said it was number one, Josh. It looks like the Trailblazers have not updated their roster because I do not see a number one on there. So do not have any stats, unfortunately, on him.
Maybe that's a good thing, Maury.
Yep, maybe it is a good thing. No worries, Josh. I've called you Dusty a couple times, so just a couple name mix-up there. No worries. Trust me, I've been called a lot worse.
Absolutely. Aiden, just Drew coming in here with a change. Aaron Hogan stepping in against Drew here to lead us off.
Hopefully they let Hogan swing away here. Hasn't had many plate appearances this year, so let's see if they let him swing away here.
Up first for the Satellites to the bottom of the fourth, center fielder Aaron Hogan.
Aaron Hogan came in for Brandon Young. Back in the top of the second. Brandon Young had a nice double. That ball sounds like it's ripped.
Great base hit there by Aaron Hogan.
First baseman Braden Grass.
Braden Grass coming in.
The standout pitcher for the Satellites, Braden Grass, got to witness him throw a 4-inning no-hitter. Was unfortunately taken out of that game, but understand Coulter's decision to do that. Have to save your ace for the rest of the season. The Dodgers did that early in the season with Kershaw, so you understand the move there. It sounds like Braden Grass will be pitching tomorrow against the Tigers.
Yes, Grass had 11 strikeouts against the Tigers last time out against Lacrosse. And there is a flyout by Grass, a very casual flyout indeed to center field.
Now there's one out here in the bottom of the fourth. It sounds like Aaron Hogan is still on first. Let's see if the Trailblazers can potentially turn two here.
Good luck. Center.
Is that the second out of the inning, Josh?
Aiden? No, that was just me losing a brain cell there because I thought I was going to get hit. But anyway, count 1-1.
That ball sounds like it was
And that
potentially
is
put in play.
I've never seen more of a casual base hit in my life. Don't know where the second baseman was.
Shortstop Dylan Hale.
Runner on first and third here for Dylan Hale. To try getting something going that has been very much going the whole game. 22 runs so far on the scoreboard.
So the Satellites are going to score their season high here in runs. See if they can add on more to that. Their previous high was against Plymouth, actually tied with Washington Township and Plymouth. They scored 17 runs at both of those games, so they will now score the most runs they've scored all season here against the Trailblazers.
Absolutely. A quick 2-0 to Hale after a pitch that catches the corner inside. And there we go. And there is another run. You can call it a Jordan-esque run because number 23 just crossed in for the Satellites.
Pitcher Derek Walsh.
Two outs, 0 balls, 0 strikes. Number 1 for.
So hopefully the Trailblazers can get the final out here. They'll be due up next, but they have to get out of this inning first as there's 2 outs here. It's been a very frustrating game for them, both offensively and defensively. But they can get the last out here potentially on the defensive end with them being due up next to hit. Let's see if they can get the final out here in the bottom of the 4th. Stop the bleeding here.
And Drew just throws the ball just a bit outside on a pitch that looks a lot like Ethos, but probably was his fastball. Two is the count after the fly ball from Walsh.
So 2 strikes here. Can the Trailblazers get out of the inning? I don't believe they have a strikeout. They may have 1 strikeout today, but that ball sounds like it was put in play.
Yeah, great base hit, seeing eye base hit from Welsh, and Ward will just cross, taking a nice little stroll for 24 here. 24-0, Satellites in the lead.
So 24-0 here. Big lead. Satellites potentially could have scored a maybe 50 piece here against the Trailblazers, but took out a lot of their starters early on. This is a very, very young Trailblazers team. A lot of learning from this game and this season. But, hey, this is what's going to fuel the fire next year for them. They have a lot of players returning, so they will remember this game and remember the season kind of use it for motivation for the upcoming seasons, as that ball sounds like it was put in play potentially.
It was a base hit and then a E8 twice.
So an error there by the center fielder.
Left fielder, Billy Bird.
Runs keep adding on here.
Both runners on scoring position with Billy Bird up to play here. Drew looking in the stretch once again for the Trailblazers. It's got kind of a Bronson Royal kind of stretch here with putting the leg way up high. If he turns, maybe a little Dante Willis to him a little bit.
Obviously, Bronson Arroyo, the former Reds and Red Sox pitcher, has that big leg kick, almost has it parallel with his hat. Very incredible flexibility.
Absolutely. Another error leads for another satellite run. A nice little 25 here.
Fielder, Alex Newburn.
Runners on the first and second with Alex Newburn up to play.
All right, so hopefully the Trailblazers can get out of this inning. It's been a couple 2-out errors here, so hopefully they can fix that, but the bleeding does not stop as Satellites have a 25-0 lead here. Pretty comfortable lead, I would say so, Josh.
I would hope so. I would hope so, Aiden. 25 runs in the fourth. And there we go.
Last out of the inning.
Last out of the inning.
Hallelujah. So there goes the last out of the inning. Is now the Trailblazers will be due up to bat here. Probably going to be the last half inning here. That would be my prediction. As now the top of the fifth's going to resume here shortly. I would assume Walsh would be coming out here to pitch. He's had a really nice day on the mound with 4 strikeouts. So let's see if he can finish this game and advance the Satellites to the semifinal against lacrosse, which will be tomorrow. It looks like the final 4 teams left in the tournament is going to be Oregon, Davis, and Triton, and lacrosse versus South Central. The good thing for Oregon Davis is they actually have beaten Triton early in the season. Back on April 7th, they beat them 14-3. So, good opportunity there for the Oregon Davis to advance to the championship game. South Central has played lacrosse twice. They have not played Oregon Davis yet this season or Triton, so 2 new teams. Could be 2 first-time opponents for the Satellites as we're going to begin this top of the 5th.
And that will be a base hit. Let's go for the Trailblazers after getting this 25. But
Second baseman Grady Rice.
there, Aiden, there was a base hit by the Trailblazers in the fifth.
All right, so maybe the Trailblazers can get a little rally going here as they have their first leadoff batter on here with nobody out.
Nobody out. Runner on first. And there was another strikeout there.
So Walsh gets his fifth strikeout of the day, as now the Satellites are 2 outs away from advancing to the semifinal game against La Crosse, which will be tomorrow
At 3 o'clock here at Satellite. And our pregame will be
Pre-game will be tomorrow at 2:45.
Sports Network. .com. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And Glissick in the bullpen. There, Aiden.
It looks like they're warming up Bryce and Glissick to potentially get the final. Couple outs here is
Full count here, Aiden.
that ball sounds like it was put in play.
It was a absolute liner, but foul.
So full count here upcoming.
That is a skyscraper for Hale to Bobble. But heads up play for the out and second base here, throwing it.
So 2 outs here for the Blazers, right, Josh? Are they down to their final out?
They are down to their final out.
Center fielder Michael Dorshower.
Dorshower currently up here.
Michael Dorscheller, he pitched earlier in this game. One of the better hitters here for the Trailblazers. Third on the team in on base percentage with a .429.
And there's a pass ball there, leading number 12 to go second base here in the top of the 5th inning.
Dorscheller also leads them in hits with 9. Sounds like that was a called strike.
That was called strike. The actual count is 2. There.
Another hit for the Blazers.
Pitcher Jonathan Drew.
The only bright spot for the Trailblazers, at least they won't get shut out today. How about your point of view there, Aiden?
Yep, the Trailblazers got a run, so that's you never like to get shut out. So good for the Trailblazers. They can hopefully build off this for next season. But looks like, that ball sounds like it could be put in play.
That is the ball game.
So
That
the
is
game
the
is
ball
over.
game, ladies and gentlemen.
A little bit of a non-competitive baseball game here today, but the Satellites are going to win 25-1. They will be in action tomorrow against the Tigers of Lacrosse. Game scheduled, or first pitch scheduled for 3 p.m. Josh and I will be back here tomorrow with Todd Snyder joining us, so we'll have a former Satellite here again.
Absolutely. Toddy Boy joining us on the pod.
So we will get that game underway for you guys tomorrow, but the Satellites come out on top 25-1. They will now advance to the semifinals. South
Absolutely.
Bend Career Academy will be sent home and eliminated from
Eliminated. So this has been a radio broadcast here on Regan's Corner, brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Thank you very much. And to our sponsor, Ron Heggie, sheriff candidate. Thank you very much. Aiden, what do you think the score is going to be tomorrow?
I think it's going to be close. You know, the semifinal game could potentially be the last game of the season for either team. So I think it's going to be a close ball game with Braden Grass on the mound, who I assume will be the starter for the Satellites. I think it's going to be low-scoring game here for the Tigers. I think they'll only manage to get maybe 3 or 4 runs, and I think the Satellites are going to score 7 or 8. So I'm going to go 7-3 Satellites, and I think they're going to be playing in the championship game against Oregon Davis. That is my guess.
I'm going 6-5 Satellites. Very close. So 6-5 tomorrow. Hammaker, Grass, the Rooster, rise of the Rooster tomorrow. I'm seeing probably about 12 strikeouts tomorrow for Grass. So, yeah.
All right, so